Right now, I want to check in with the mayor of Scotch Plains, Mayor Al Smith. It's an important issue that we're going to dive into over the next few weeks. The affordable housing policies are wrecking some of our local towns. A lot of local towns are having the courts force them into this situation where they're ill-equipped with infrastructure, education, etc. And the affordable housing policies coming out of Trenton, where you got judges effectively deciding how these towns are going to run, it's putting such an undue burden on taxpayers. It's one of those hidden taxes that most people don't talk about. So I want to bring in Mayor Al Smith. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Bill. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, you bet. Well, thank you for bringing it to my attention. You were at our comedy event at in Red Bank.
That was great.
That was fun, right? That was a good show.
Let me pick on what you were saying and give you some specifics about Scotch Plains, about how crazy this thing is. Well, in Scotch Plains, we've gone through the process, and we finally got the number down to 454 affordable housing units we have to provide over the next 7 years using the 15% builders set aside. That means Scotch Plains needs to build 2,600 new units, housing units, increasing our living units by 35%, and our population would grow over 6,000 from 24 to 30, which is a 28% in 7 years, with no regard for our infrastructure, our public transportation.
Now, how does that order come down to you, Al? How does that happen? The courts have ruled it, so now where's your point of contact that happens?
It starts with the builder suits. You know, the builders go in, and how all these court cases are coming by is that the builders would get together with property owners, and they'd say, okay, the property owners say, yeah, we'll let you, we'd like you to build affordable housing or build your units here. The builders then go to the developers. They then go to court and say, hey, Scotch Plains doesn't have rules that allow that here. And we wound up, when I became mayor at the beginning of 2017, we actually had 3 of these cases pending against, including the Beaucraft property over on Route 22, some people may know about.
So how do you lose that suit? Because your zoning laws are not strong enough, or you're not able to have zoning that is restrictive based on the Mount Laurel decisions? Going back.
You are basically faced with, you are told that you are in violation of the Constitution of this state, which each town is supposed to provide a certain amount of affordable housing, and based on their crazy numbers. And this is one of the things we've got to change. Got to understand where these numbers come from. That we started out that we were had to provide 854 affordable housing units in Scotch Plains. We got that number down to 454. But, it gets, now you're in a court situation where you need to provide a plan.
So let me ask you this, Al. Why not get together with other mayors and sue the state over this, and let's get a reverse Mount Laurel decision? Because it seems to me that this is one of those unfunded mandates that is bad for everyone, even the people moving in. If you can't provide the education, the infrastructure, whether you're talking about water, sewer, et cetera, emergency services, cops, firefighters, all of these things, this is going to hurt even new people going in. It's almost like the builders are promising something they cannot deliver.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's a hidden tax because at the end of the day, the towns are left holding the bag to provide all these new services that they need to provide. And listen, my expression is, and I've stolen this from other mayors, you go into these situations with a gun to your head and a knife to your throat. You're told, because if you don't settle, then they tell you what you're going to have.
Yeah.
And of course, there's $250,000 to get the settlement. And my advice from talking to many lawyers was settle. Do not try and buck the process. Now, getting together with other mayors, yes, I'm trying to do that. And I'm trying. I know the League of Municipalities is trying to pull our mayors together. I've come out, the process is so bad, and as the people in our town began to realize what was going on, I tried to be as transparent as I could and give it as much information.
Yeah.
They became very incensed. So we created, at the end of last year, a affordable housing advisory committee. And so what we've done is we've gone through all of the problems, we've gone through pending legislation that's in the Assembly and the Senate, and we've come out with, we're going to support 4 bills to get the process going. These bills aren't perfect, but
we're going to have to change the Constitution is what it sounds like to me. So listen, Al, I've got to jump for news. I am very interested in getting on board with fighting this, and I'm willing to stand with any mayor that wants to stand up and say enough is enough. We're done settling. We're done compromising. We're lawyering up, and we're going to take this state to court and stop this nonsense. So I'm here to help you.
30 seconds to say, hey, go to our website, www.scottplains.newjersey.gov. You'll see our press release. You'll see what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the people. We just had the primary.
So do me a favor, Al, tweet that link out, and I will share it on our website. Can you
thank you very much.
Tweet that out and tag me at Bill Spadea, and I will have you on again. Al, I really appreciate your time this morning. It's always tight on time, but I want to talk to you again, and let's talk offline about this as well. But tweet that at Bill Spadea, and I'll get it up on the site. All right?
And I'm with you on when you need college and when you don't. Have a good day.
Thank you. Take care. As Mayor Al Smith from Scotch Plains, fighting the good fight. We're going to win this one, though, but it's going to take some time. 8:27, Eric Scott, come back with the news next.